The Cena Nation just witnessed the unthinkable. The man who told us we can't see him finally became invisible. After 2 decades of defying odds, kicking out at 2, and rising above hate, John Cena lay broken in the center of that ring, staring at the lights while Gunther stood over him like a conquering emperor. And somewhere backstage, Triple H wasn't just disappointed, he was furious. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't the script. This wasn't the fairy tale. But in professional wrestling, sometimes the monster wins, and tonight, the ring general just ended an era. What you're about to hear will shake everything you thought you knew about John Cena's final run, about Gunther's unstoppable dominance, and about the chaos brewing behind the curtain at WWE headquarters. Before we dive into this carnage, I need you to do something for me. I need you to be part of this family. Because what we talk about here, what we break down together, it matters. Your voice matters. So if you've ever felt that electricity when a wrestler hits their finisher, if you've ever jumped off your couch screaming at a near fall, then hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that notification bell. Because we're building something special here at Slam Zone, and I don't want you to miss a single moment of these breakdowns. We're not just fans, we're family. And family sticks together through the biggest moments in wrestling history. Now, let's talk about how Saturday night's main event became a massacre. The air in Long Island was thick with anticipation. You could taste it. The Nassau Coliseum was absolutely electric, packed wall to wall with fans who knew they were about to witness something monumental. John Cena's music hit, and that place exploded. 20 years of memories came flooding back. Every kid who grew up wearing the armband, every cancer survivor who drew strength from his never give up message, every single person who ever believed in the power of hustle, loyalty, and respect, they were all there in spirit. Cena walked down that ramp with purpose, with fire in his eyes, but there was something else too. Something we haven't seen before. Desperation. Because this wasn't just another match. This was about legacy. This was about proving he could still hang with the absolute best. This was about showing Triple H and the entire WWE universe that the investment in his farewell tour wasn't a mistake. And then Gunther's music hit. That ominous, imperial theme that sends chills down your spine. The ring general stepped out, and the temperature in that building dropped 10 degrees. This man is different. 6'4" of Austrian precision. A man who has decimated everyone put in front of him. A man who held the Intercontinental Championship for an unfathomable 666 days. Think about that. Almost 2 years of absolute dominance. Night after night, city after city, opponent after opponent, all of them fell. Sheamus couldn't do it. Drew McIntyre couldn't do it. Chad Gable gave everything and it still wasn't enough. And now, standing across from John Cena, Gunther looked like a man who had already won in his mind. The bell rang, and what happened next was poetry written in violence. They circled each other slowly, methodically. The crowd was deafening, split right down the middle. Half of them chanting, "Let's go Cena," the other half responding with, "Let's go Gunther." This is what wrestling is all about. This collision of eras, this battle between the legend and the future. Cena went for the lockup first, testing Gunther's strength, and you could immediately see the problem. Gunther didn't just match him, he overpowered him. He shoved Cena backward like he was nothing, and the look on Cena's face said it all. This was going to be harder than he thought. They locked up again, and this time Gunther transitioned into a side headlock, wrenching Cena's neck with brutal efficiency. Cena tried to shoot him off into the ropes, but Gunther planted his feet, refusing to move. The strength, the control, it was suffocating. Finally, Cena managed to back Gunther into the corner, and the referee called for a break. But Gunther, being the calculated predator he is, gave a clean break, and then slapped Cena across the chest with one of those signature chops. The sound echoed through the arena like a gunshot. Cena's chest immediately turned red, welted, the imprint of Gunther's hand burned into his skin. You could see the pain flash across Cena's face, but he smiled. He actually smiled. Because pain is something John Cena has always used as fuel. They went back and forth, trading strikes, trading holds, each man trying to find an opening. Cena hit a beautiful arm drag, then another, building momentum. The crowd was on their feet as he whipped Gunther into the ropes and connected with a shoulder tackle. Gunther barely moved. Cena's eyes widened. He hit the ropes again, another shoulder tackle, and this time Gunther stumbled but didn't go down. Third time, Cena loaded up everything he had, full speed, and boom. Gunther leveled him with a shoulder tackle of his own that sent Cena crashing to the mat. The ring general stood over him, shaking his head slowly, as if to say, "You can't match me." But this is John Cena we're talking about. The man who has made a career out of proving people wrong. He pulled himself up, and they started exchanging right hands in the center of the ring. The crowd counted along with every punch. Back and forth, neither man willing to give an inch. Gunther's strikes were stiff, brutal, each one landing with sickening impact. But Cena's strikes carried 20 years of experience, 20 years of fighting through the pain. The momentum shifted when Cena ducked a clothesline and hit his signature flying shoulder tackles. 1, 2. The crowd knew what was coming. Cena hit the protobomb, and the place went absolutely insane. He was calling for it. The five-knuckle shuffle. He ran the ropes, the anticipation building, and wham, he dropped the fist right across Gunther's face. Cena was feeding off the energy now. He lifted Gunther up for the attitude adjustment, struggling under the weight but refusing to quit. He got him up, and Gunther slipped out. Just slithered down Cena's back like a snake, and before Cena could turn around, Gunther locked in a sleeper hold. Not just any sleeper, a vice grip that immediately cut off Cena's oxygen. You could see Cena's face turning red, his arms flailing, desperately reaching for the ropes. The referee was right there, checking his arm. Cena was fading. The crowd was screaming, begging him to fight, to dig deep one more time. His arm dropped once. The referee lifted it, it dropped again. This was it. This could be the end. The referee lifted Cena's arm a third time, and it stayed up. The building exploded. Cena was feeding off them, feeding off their energy, fighting back to his feet with Gunther still attached to his back like a parasite. With one last surge of adrenaline, Cena powered up and dropped backward, crushing Gunther into the turnbuckles. Both men collapsed, gasping for air. The referee started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, both men stirring. 5, 6. Cena using the ropes to pull himself up. 7. Gunther rising to his feet. 8. They were both up, barely, running on fumes and heart alone. This was war. This was what professional wrestling is supposed to be. Two absolute warriors refusing to stay down, refusing to quit, refusing to let the other man have the satisfaction of victory. They stumbled toward each other, and Gunther connected first with a devastating European uppercut that snapped Cena's head back violently. Cena staggered, and Gunther hit another one, and another, backing Cena into the corner. He unleashed a barrage of chops, each one echoing louder than the last. Cena's chest was a mess of red welts and bruises, but he pushed Gunther away and charged out of the corner with a clothesline. Gunther ducked, caught Cena, and planted him with a picture-perfect German suplex. Cena's neck and shoulders spiked the mat, and he rolled through from the impact, somehow landing on his feet. The athleticism, even at this stage of his career, is remarkable. But Gunther was waiting. He charged and nearly decapitated Cena with a running boot to the face. The cover. 1, 2, kick out. Cena's shoulder shot up, and Gunther couldn't believe it. This is where the story really intensified. Gunther's face changed. The calm, calculated demeanor cracked just slightly. He was frustrated. How many people have kicked out of that combination? Not many. He pulled Cena up and hoisted him onto the top turnbuckle. The crowd sensed danger. Gunther climbed up with him, looking for a superplex, but Cena fought back. He headbutted Gunther, once, twice, 3 times, until Gunther lost his balance and fell back to the mat. Cena steadied himself on the top rope, the crowd on their feet, and he launched himself with a diving leg drop. He crashed down across Gunther's chest, and both men were down again. The exhaustion was setting in. These two had been going for nearly 20 minutes of pure intensity, and neither was willing to surrender. Cena crawled to the ropes, using them to stand, and when he turned around, Gunther was already on his feet. How? The man is superhuman. They met in the center of the ring, and Cena somehow summoned the strength to lift Gunther up for another attitude adjustment attempt. He got him up, and delivered it. The mat shook from the impact. This was it. Cena hooked the leg. 1, 2, thr no. Gunther's shoulder came off the mat at the last possible millisecond. The crowd couldn't believe it. Cena couldn't believe it. He sat there, hands on his head, staring at the referee in disbelief. What else did he have to do? If you're feeling this intensity, if your heart is racing right now just like mine was watching this unfold, then please, hit that like button. Drop a comment and tell me what you thought of this match. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know because Slam Zone is where we break down these legendary moments together. We're building something incredible here, and I want you to be part of it. Subscribe and join the family. We upload deep dives like this every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Cena tried to lock in the STF, his submission finisher, but Gunther was too strong, too smart. He powered out before Cena could fully lock it in and caught Cena with a brutal powerbomb. The impact was sickening. Gunther pulled Cena up and hit another powerbomb. Then another. 3 consecutive powerbombs that should have ended any normal human being. Gunther covered him. 1, 2. Cena kicked out again. The resilience was unreal, but you could see it taking its toll. Cena wasn't moving as fast. His breathing was labored. Every movement looked like agony. Gunther sensed blood in the water. He pulled Cena to his feet and absolutely destroyed him with the loudest chop of the night. The crack echoed through the entire arena, and Cena crumpled to his knees. Gunther backed into the ropes, building momentum, and delivered a thunderous clothesline that turned Cena inside out. The cover. 1, 2, 3. It was over. The referee called for the bell, and the arena went silent. You could hear a pin drop. John Cena had lost. Cleanly. Definitively. In what might be one of his final matches ever. Gunther stood tall, his music playing, but there was no celebration. Just cold, calculated dominance. Cena lay there motionless, the weight of the loss written across his face. And backstage, according to multiple reports, Triple H was livid. This wasn't the plan. Cena was supposed to build momentum heading into his retirement tour. He was supposed to remind everyone why he's the greatest of all time. Instead, he got systematically dismantled by the ring general, and now questions are swirling. Was this a burial? Was this Triple H sending a message? Or was this simply Gunther being so undeniable that even the machine couldn't stop him? The truth is complicated. Triple H is building a new WWE, and Gunther is the centerpiece of that vision. He represents everything modern wrestling should be: technical excellence, legitimate toughness, and undeniable presence. But sacrificing John Cena to make that point? That's a bold move. Some are calling it disrespectful, others are calling it necessary. Wrestling has always been about passing the torch, but usually, it's done on the legend's terms. This felt different. This felt like the torch was ripped away. What happens next for Cena is anyone's guess. Does he get his redemption match? Does he ride off into the sunset with this loss? Or does this become fuel for one last incredible run? And Gunther, the ring general, just proved he can hang with the very best, and if anyone doubted him before, those doubts are gone now. Thank you for being here with me through this breakdown. If you loved this, if you felt every moment like I did, then subscribe to Slam Zone right now. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share this with every wrestling fan who needs to understand what just happened. We're family here, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Slam Zone, where legends are made and broken. Stay strong, stay loud, and never stop believing in the power of professional wrestling.